Welcome back to Nerdum with J&J. James Sharmack here with a brand new video for you. Today I'm doing an Ask Me Anything video. I used to do these way before I was doing the Nerdum with J&J, when I was just a channel with my name on it. I would just call Ask the Doctor with a K instead of a C. And I used to do that. I did it for like the first 2 months, and then interest kind of waned. Every now and then I'll go fishing on my Facebook for, questions or whatever, if anybody want to do it. Today I have 5 questions. That's usually the parameter is, if I don't have 5 questions, I won't do a video. But otherwise, any question, any topic is on limit, is not off limits. It's Ask Me Anything, right? So you want to ask me what I think about pop culture? Fine. Personal question? Okay. Question about what I was doing in the past, whatever, fine. So without any further ado, let's get to the first question from the book of questions. Great question, Jason. Right now and then, I think about stuff I'd like to see as a TV or a movie or whatever. Like comic books are a dime a dozen nowadays, especially with Marvel making their own TV series. DC not so much. There's several on Amazon, whatever. Sci-fi, yeah, plenty going around, whatever. But they used to have a lot of Stephen King miniseries in the 90s, or at least 1 or 2 a year, pretty much. ABC would have them. So, I'd be nice to see a Stephen King miniseries, once or twice. And I'd like to see The Long Walk. It's a book about it's somewhat similar to Hunger Games and Battle Royale, but it's in a way it's a competition where teenage boys are enlisted and they just walk. But the idea is to keep pace, at a certain pace, and take breaks every so often. And if you can't keep pace, they kill you. So you just keep walking until the last boy standing. So it's kind of an interesting story. I enjoyed it immensely. I couldn't really put it down when I first read it. And it's not per se Stephen King. It's Richard Bachman, but still Stephen King. But that's probably why most people haven't heard of it. But it's one that I'd like to see anyway. So thanks for the question again, Jason. It's a great question, Steve. See, I'm 48 now, so go back probably a little bit over 40 years when I'm 40, way back. It's a long time, obviously. Probably the 79, 80 was when I was first pretty much aware, just starting to get aware and whatnot, and started to focus on some aspects of pop culture. Anyways, around that time, pretty much Star Wars, and everybody was trying to get a space opera or some kind of space movie at the time. I didn't get to see any Star Wars movie until 1983 when Star Wars premiered on HBO. So when I was a kid, the movie that was on HBO a lot, or that I can remember that really got me interested in space and spaceships and other planets was Flash Gordon. Yeah, Flash Gordon. It was probably my outside of Superman, was probably my second favorite movie at the time. I mean, I have a lot of affinity for this movie. It's light, it's campy, it's got a lot of humor to it, but it is a space opera. And when you're a kid, you don't see Star Wars. You didn't go to theaters to see Star Wars. This is about as close as you get to Star Wars. So every time it was on HBO, my father would, turn it on. We'd watch it. It was, it was like a Disney movie for when I was a kid. Like, put me in front of it, I'd watch it. And I'd shut up. I'd watch the whole thing. If I was outside, it'd be like, "Hey, Flash Gordon's on," and we'd go running in and watch it. So, literally, Flash Gordon opened the door so Star Wars could run through it for me. And every other sci-fi. So, thank you, Steve. Great question. Thank you, Mark. Great question. It's kind of hard because I've been avoiding a lot of my favorite foods lately. I love a good pizza with pepperoni and pineapple. You know, I love, you know, chicken wings that are between mild and hot. But I love fried chicken. I love when the spices work together and you have a nice crunchy somewhat crunchy outside. You know, with, you know, chicken that's juicy and kind of just, especially chicken breasts that you peel right off the bone and whatever. It's just crackerjack and dynamic. I try to replicate it at home. I don't really do fried. I try to do it in the oven. I do pretty well, but you know, I don't really get the flour to get that brown, that, you know, that golden brown color. Usually I'll use shake and bake, and that usually does pretty well. So, you know, any kind of seasoned breading chicken is probably my favorite. Lord knows I haven't had it in a long time. Fry up, if you can tell, but you know, I'm looking forward to having chicken again when I decide, you know, I want to be at where I want to be at. So thanks for the question, Mark. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for a question that takes me back. So chicken pinwheels was pretty much a regular staple at my elementary, middle, high schools. I wasn't a fan. I don't know, just I tasted the bread more than I probably tasted like the flavor to it. I thought anyways. Basically, chicken pinwheels are basically like you make a chicken mixture or whatever with like gravy or sauce, and you use a dough and you just make it into like a pinwheel, basically like a cinnamon roll, and you slather it with gravy. And you know, I know people, you know, swear by it from my high school and my whatever, but I was never really the biggest fan of it. And I usually go for whatever else was on the menu. Usually it was chicken pinwheels or Salisbury steak. It's basically a Sophie's choice, I thought. And I would just usually go for the Salisbury steak. Because at least, you know, that had, you know, heavy in sodium and salt, whatever. But yeah, I hate to disappoint you and be like, you know, I'm not a fan. I never was a fan of the chicken pinwheel. I'm sorry. It's a good question, Sean. Keep them coming in the future. You know, this one, you know, I gotta say I wasn't a fan. Great deep question, John. I'm gonna say endure. Lord knows I've had a few, you know, I wouldn't say setbacks. I would probably say tragedies in my life. Lost a brother a couple of years ago. My father in 2004, and in the past couple of years since my brother's death, it's really, you know, the death has weighed down on me a bit, knowing that I'm pretty much last in the line, I guess. And you know, there's a lot of stuff that I carry with me that no one else, you know, can understand. You know, it weighs down on me a bit. So, you know, each day is just carrying on, I guess, enduring. You know, the word is endure. Just take what's coming and go with it. You know, I don't plan on going anywhere soon. I don't have any reason to go anywhere. You know, someone's got to keep, you know, fire going. Someone's got to keep, you know, going on. You can't just be the end of the line down, you know, this quick. And yeah, it's just, you know, I carry a lot. Like I said, I'm just going to repeat myself. There's a lot I carry with me, and some days, not many, just like maybe once or twice. You know, it does come crushing down on me, but you know, I do endure and I do move on, and I wouldn't say keep going forward, but I just keep, you know, try to keep pace with the world. So yeah. The word I would probably use for the rest of my life, if I can only use one, is endure. Thank you, John. So I want to thank you guys for submitting questions. I really appreciate it. It was really awesome to do this video for the first time in a very long time. I'd love to do some more of these. If you guys have questions, please leave them in comments below. You know, usually if I can get 5, I can get a video out. If you guys like this, you know, let me know in the comments below that too. Maybe with a question. Hit that like button, whatever, subscribe, whatever. Anyways, thank you guys so much. My name is James Sharmack. This has been a Nerd with J&J, and this has been an Ask Me Anything video. So hopefully we'll do another one. We'll see you next time if you have some questions.